Welcome back to Trains and Toys with Papa Joe. This week we've got a lot going on. Please like and subscribe at the end of the video. Leave constructive criticism in the comments, please and thank you. Answer to the last video's train trivia, the foot plate. Please stay tuned to the next video to the answer of this video's train trivia. Which of these rail fans created Thomas the Tank Engine series for his son? Well, finally back in the train room. First time this little girl's run in, I don't know, probably 2 months. Been taking care of a lot of different things around the house. I was a bit under the weather for a little while. And I've been working on the coal mine. If you follow the channel, it's about 90% done, but it is finally done enough that I can come in here and start working on the mountainside, where is exactly where I wanted the coal mine to be, but I needed to figure out exactly what the size and all of that was before I continued, so that I knew where to place the tracks, where to form the actual mountain at, and kind of get back into things here. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited, actually. I miss being in here. I miss having a little bit of solitude and peace of mind sometimes. Things can get a little rough mentally, but you know, we persevere and do different things. And, so I'm going to let this train come around one more time, go through the tunnel, and then I'm going to kind of get after it. Because she probably won't run for a little while after this, because she'll be in the way, and I don't want to hurt her. So, looking forward to actually making that tunnel portal, real tunnel portal, semi soon. Let's see how she does. All right. All right. Well, I'll give you guys kind of a bird's eye view. Hopefully I don't block too much. And again, that's where the editing comes in at. So, I can already tell now I'm going to have to cut a lot of that off, which is a little disappointing, because I didn't want it to be super steep, but I'll have to feather everything back in the corner, because I need to do that first of all. Yeah. So I'm having problems, as you can tell, with some of my, well, take off the parts that can detach, genius. Some of my acetate windows are falling off, which means I need to find either a different or better glue. Set those two off to the side. But I kind of wanted this right about there. So it's going to tell me that's the back side. She needs to get chunked down quite a bit, which is okay. Just means I'll have to adjust how that hillside comes down to a certain point. One thing you guys did not get to see on the build video was that I built this one off camera. Which came out really well, but was not feeling too filmy at the time, so I just didn't. Okay, so after lots of thought and consideration, I think that's going to be the rough placement. Not sure how I like how close the outer rail is to the edge of the embankment, to the edge of the cliff face, to the track below, but things are as they are. I did not visualize the construction of the mine and where all the fun little details were when I made the track plan. So unfortunately, a lot of the good details that are in this model are going to be on the backside facing the mountain. If I had realized this, the mountain would be on the other side of the room so that it would be more seen. But at this angle as well, though, looking from my left side, the view from you to the left, I can actually see the railings and the ladders up to the back side of the building from where grandkids and nieces can actually see from the other side of the room. Only part that I won't really be able to see is the stuff on this side, which I can. I can lean over and see, and if people were in the center, they can lean over and see, and the details are pretty good. Obviously, it still has to be weathered, but I wanted to get in here with it once everything was glued together so that I could see exactly what I needed to do. So now I have more of a placement of what things are going to be. So, all right. So I still have some lingering questions in my brain, so I'm not going to attack the corner at the moment. But I do know that with that track coming up this direction, I need to slope this down. Trusty hot wire foam knife. Now I'm just going to kind of carve in here a little bit at a time. See what I end up with. Because again, like I said, most of this will be covered up by Sculpting mold later. So whatever imperfections I leave behind aren't going to matter too much. I just know I need to get the level of that foam at least down to the plywood, if not a little below it, because of course, you know, I'm going to have Sculpting mold and other things on top of it, including road bed. So we need to carve this back a little bit. All right, well, I carved a bit off in that section, but we're going to swing up a little bit. See where the camera settles. Here we are, yay. So I need to build up a little bit more on the mountain because of how things have worked out. So, pieces that used to be over here on the left, I'm going to cut them down and stack them up over here. It's a bigger wire. It is a straight edge. You can see it heat up, which is glowing nice and red now. Yeah, that worked well. Like I said, this is rough carving. But I'm kind of liking how it works. Kind of liking how it's blending together a little bit. Especially in certain areas. Honestly, I should probably go ahead and glue down the major pieces because I know that's where I want them. Or at least some of the smaller pieces together, so if I take them off I can carve them and then put them back together. So I think I'm going to go ahead and turn off the hot knife for the moment and think about this. I like this little face that I ended up with. I like how it's sloping that down, but that'll have to get filled in a little bit with something. I don't know, spare piece, or maybe just some sculpt mold. Maybe sculpt that a little bit different. No, probably just some sculpt mold. All right. Did a little carving, a lot of carving. Ended up moving the mine back over a little bit to the right. We'll have to figure out the transition later once I get the sculpted mold and everything down, and then get actually into that corner and decide what exactly how the conveyor is going to go into the mountain. But I think it looks good at this point. I'm going to go ahead and pause and then pull the phone down out of the holder it's in. Maybe give you guys a little bit more of a close-up. Give me a second. Alright, so we ended up with a nice flat area here, which will be good because I can do some other small buildings in a parking lot, or work trucks, or equipment, maybe a coal mound or something along that area. Now I do have to remember this is on the side of a mountain, and I do not, so I have the rail line, and obviously it goes and meets the switch and goes down the elevation. But if you notice, we have a tunnel here. I'll end up sloping that a lot. That is just there as a placeholder to remind me that I need to do that. And of course the tunnel back there has to be shaped and make sure I have the right clearances. I haven't done that end yet either. But I have no way for the workers to get up to the coal mine. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is having a road that goes basically into the wall. So like they're coming in from another area, and then have a small parking lot up here behind in the corner. And that's the only way up to the mine is from the other side. And the train comes, through and continues on into the wall. But I think the sculpting came along pretty well, actually. I like the semi-stepped, which a lot of that'll disappear with the sculpt mold. Like, I still have some sharp edges. Like I said, I didn't do a lot in this particular area, but some of these sharp edges will disappear once I get the sculpt mold and paint on there. And but things are finally starting to come along on the mountain after a very long time. I'm looking forward to the progress. That being said, I think that's about all I'm going to do for today. Even though I do have a fan going here, I'm getting a slight headache from the fumes, so keep that in mind. Limit your time, wear a respirator if you can. I have the door closed today because the grandbaby is here and I didn't want her smelling any of the fumes or affecting her in any way. Not that I think it would, but you know, that's why the door is closed. But there's the progress for today.